Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my Tech Talk session. I am Zolzaya Mundur, the CEO of Codelex, the first legal tech startup in Mongolia. And it is my honor to present at this prestigious law and tech event for the second year. This year, I have chosen a topic that I think should be part of the discussion of the future of legal industry and legal innovation, which is a sharing economy approach, or so-called Uberization of the legal industry. So there is a poll question on the platform. So anyone interested, you guys can answer the poll question. It is a very simple question related to my topic, actually. So yeah, so we will, if anyone answers, we will see the result at the end of my presentation. So we're living in the age of sharing economy. Many products and services we use daily are based on this model, like taxi, hotel, shopping, etc. Before Uber, the traditional and expensive taxi seemed like an only option Uber and similar services transformed the taxi industry in only a few years. And now we can commute much cheaper and faster with them. Uber is just one of the many companies that is shaping today's sharing economy, and they even lead to creation of a new word, Uberize or Uberization, which Cambridge Dictionary defines as the act or process of changing the market for a service by introducing a different way of buying or using it, especially using mobile technology. Can you move to the next slide, please? Thanks. So sharing economy has successfully tackled many highly regulated industries. And the question is, can sharing economy work in the legal industry? Now that we already see examples of this approach in the legal industry, we should think about whether this approach has the potential to change the industry or how it may change the future of the legal industry. So first of all, what is sharing economy or Uberization? We hear these terms a lot, but what do they really mean? So sharing economy is a system built around sharing of resources. The idea is to share use of idle assets and services or facilitate collaboration. Sharing economies allow individuals and groups to make money from underused assets. There's a research that shows 95% of private vehicles are unused their lifetime. So if you have unused car, why not rent it to someone who doesn't have a car? On the other side of the game, people in need of certain assets and services can access them from various suppliers. So consumers have wider options and they don't have to rely on a single source. Since the supply of goods is democratized, the price of goods and services are usually cheaper than the traditional ones. So for example, Airbnb rates are 30 to 60% cheaper than hotel rates around the world. But sharing economy comes with its downsides, including lack of oversight or uncertainty of regulation system, but I'm not gonna speak about that today. So how can the sharing economy approach benefit the legal industry? First of all, it can match unmatched supply and demand. One of the key features of sharing economy is to put latent products and services to productive use through some sort of matchmaking service. Before Uber, it would have been impossible to find a ride for the price that we pay to Uber today because there were no options. On the other side, car owners somewhere in town in need of additional income would have been willing to offer us the ride for the price that we are willing to pay. So the magic of Uberization was to connect these parties through their platform. The delivery of legal service has a substantial problem with distribution. While there are many unemployed law school graduates, many people in need of legal services can't afford them. So what a sharing economy approach can do for the legal industry is to match the supply and demand by making legal services more convenient and affordable. So even though you don't have a lot of money, there might be some freelancer lawyer out there who is willing to offer the service that you're looking for the price that you can afford. Another benefit that Uber model can bring to the legal industry is lowering the cost of legal services. Similar to pre-Uber taxi user services, legal clients are often frustrated with the costs and lack of transparency. Like when you're riding a taxi with a running meter and wondering if the driver is taking the optimal route, clients usually wonder if all those billable hours are required. So the problem with the traditional billable hour system is that it puts the interests of the clients and the interests of the law firms in conflict. Lawyers usually want to bill as many hours as possible, and because the system pressures them to do so, and many law firms actually have minimum billable hour requirements. So they have very small incentive to spend less hours on a matter like pre-Uber taxi drivers. Clients usually choose big law firms because of their expertise and credibility. Unfortunately, when they're making this choice, they inexplicitly accepting their partnership model and billable hour fee structure. This means, in addition to the law firm's expertise and credibility, clients need to pay for their expensive office space, inexperienced staff, or overhead costs. While many clients choose big law firms also because they don't know if the solo practitioners and small law firms are reliable. In fact, what really matters to them is the quality of legal services, not their big name. By adding transparency in the quality and pricing of legal services through a rating system like Uber has, clients are able to choose their lawyers based on their quality rather than their name. The Uber model also gives the chance to compare pricing upfront. So if two lawyers with similar rating and similar qualification are offering same services with the different pricing, clients would often go for the cheaper option. Also, the transparent rating system can improve the quality of legal services like it did to drivers. For example, in Paris, taxi drivers had a reputation of being impolite, but Uber made that attitude impossible for its drivers. Today, we all know that we will not ride with an Uber driver with less than 3 rating. This is not to say that the sharing economy approach will bring an end to law firm structure or it will make the delivery of legal services perfect. But what this model can bring is to create an alternative like it did to the taxi industry. Can you move to the next slide, please? You can skip this one. Thanks. So we're already seeing the application of sharing economy in the legal industry with alternative legal service providers and lawyer-client matchmaking services. In the past several years, ALSPs increased dramatically, and more businesses are choosing them over law firms. The main reason is that these providers are often able to provide a more efficient and cost-effective option without sacrificing quality. Thomson Reuters emphasized that ALSPs are now becoming mainstream and creating a $14 billion market. So alternative legal service providers are becoming less alternative. What makes them different from law firms is that they don't have to fit into the traditional law firm structure. This enables them to adopt business practices to increase efficiency using technology and other innovation. But cost is not the only reason to choose ALSPs. They also provide expertise service. Now, more than half of law firms in the US take their services through subcontracting, and some big law firms are even entering the market themselves. Another example of application of sharing economy model in the legal industry is LexUp lawyer-to-lawyer legal document marketplace that we have created in 2020. You can think of LexUp as Amazon or eBay of legal documents, where lawyers around the world can freely trade their legal documents. Next slide, please. So let me tell you how we came up with the idea of LexUp. I'm a lawyer by profession, and our co-founder is also a lawyer by profession. And when we practiced law, we used to receive legal document requests from peers a lot. Someone would call and ask, hey, do you have example of this and this document? In those cases, we usually confront a dilemma. On one side, I don't want to share my legal document precedent for free because I've spent so many hours working on that document. But on the other hand, I don't want to ask for payment in exchange because it is bit awkward and I don't want to look greedy. So in most of the times, I just used to share the document precedent for free, or just sometimes say that I don't have the template if I find that my template is too valuable. So this is a problem we faced ourselves. On one side, on the other side of the transaction, solo practitioners and small law firms have limited access to internal knowledge base or services of publishing companies or research databases. So when they're working on unfamiliar transaction, they either have to go online or ask a peer. And this is a problem faced by the other side, the demand side. So using a sharing economy approach, LexUp connects lawyers on the two sides of the transaction in an open marketplace and disrupts the old middleman of publishing companies. And we believe that this will help level the playing field, particularly for smaller firms. Lawyers have full control over the pricing of their documents, and the market will decide whether the document price is reasonable or not. With LexUp, we aim to democratize legal document precedents and create a connected and collaborative ecosystem for lawyers. And after some time, we believe that this ecosystem will help lawyers around the world work more efficiently, aid value delivered to clients, and further connect the profession. Looking ahead, I think we will see more and more examples of sharing economy approach in the legal industry. Uberization, as I said, will not bring an end to law firms. However, because of the competition by alternatives like ALSPs, law firms must be more efficient and future-proof their law firm. Many firms have teams even working on just that. Law firms should consider implementing legal tech solutions that can help them faster, smarter, and cheaper. As for lawyers, we should keep an eye out for more collaborative and flexible work style. So it looks like I have received a question. Let me see it. In the meantime, it would be great if you guys can answer the poll question. And if I don't have answers, if I don't have time to answer some of your questions, I can answer them after the presentation on the platform. So, oh yeah, so let me see. So 99% of you guys voted that the sharing economy will benefit the legal industries. It sounds great. Okay, so it looks like we're running out of time. So I will answer the questions I received in the discussion after the presentation. Thank you everyone for joining my session. Bye-bye.